Alright, so this is vlog number 2 for day 2 in El Salvador. But before we jump into day 2, we have to finish day 1. I went straight to District Hookah Lounge, tried Pilsner for the first time, and then headed to Rooftop Club. It was so crazy. When I got there, they were charging 20 at the door, which I thought was ridiculously crazy for El Salvador. But once I got in, I realized why. Because $20 gives you access to both Rooftop Club and Bellaco, which is right underneath, and it gives you unlimited drinks for the whole night. America could absolutely never. So then, yeah, I kicked it upstairs and then went downstairs to Bellaco, and Bellaco plays reggaeton the whole night long. Reggaeton and dembow. This is probably one of the best club experiences I've ever had, ever. And the club doesn't close until like 5 or 6 a.m. You see this airplane? They brought bottles on the airplane. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. After the club, I walked over to get some tacos. I didn't record that. All right, the next morning, I wanted to get up and go to the beach because I had to see the beach. And the Ubers to get to the beach were kind of high. Not stupid expensive, but like $25. And I found out there's a bus that takes you there for like $1. Only problem is nobody told me there were 2 buses, and I ended up taking the wrong one. But look at the views. I didn't mind it at all because the views were crazy. But it definitely took an hour to get to Surf City. But when I got there, I was super geeked. I did stop inside this plaza where they have a few restaurants, but there's not an actual beach from here.
We made it to the beach. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it, but I made it.
I kicked it here for a little bit, checked out the pier, checked out the little beach, I don't know what you call that, like a dock. And then they had little shops nearby. I went and got some empanadas de plátano and crema. It was so good. Then I realized the beach that I wanted to go to, which is El Tunco, was a good like 10 to 15 minute drive away from where I was. So I hopped in the Uber and then I headed that way. By 3 o'clock, I made it to El Tunco, and I had no idea what to expect because I only saw pictures online. And it's like a whole town, and they just have everything there, restaurants, coffee shops, and it's all walkable. I saw a few corner stores, bars, even some tattoo shops up in here. But my favorite part is the fact that they have hotels, and you can just rent your hotel here, and it's so affordable. Next time, I know for sure I'll probably be doing a few days in San Salvador, and then the rest of my time in El Tunco, I'll just get a hotel out here and stay out here. By this time, I really wanted to see the beach, but before I did that, I needed to get something to eat because that bus ride was a minute. So I stopped at Captain Cook's Ceviche House and then went to Nomada Coffee to eat my food and drink a coffee. Yo, when I tell you the views from this rooftop were crazy. It was like a jungle, but it was so beautiful and an amazing way to eat my food and drink I said coffee, but I actually got matcha. This is one of the more relaxing moments of my life. I really enjoyed it. And everything that I got was pretty affordable. The meal and the drink together were under $20. I was so hungry, I started digging in. But look, I'm going to get up so I can show it to you. You see them vegetables? My fork fell, but 10-minute rule. But yeah, anyways, look at that. I got the ahi fish poke bowl, but it was grilled though. It wasn't really poke. And then the matcha. And then I went to the strip. I wanted to check out the shops before I headed to the beach. And I finally found the beach. I just followed the barefooted dude. I figured he was going to the beach. And all around the beach, there's restaurants and bars and you name it. So before I decide to get to the actual beach, I figured let me stop and let me get something to drink because I want to enjoy myself when I'm here. And I'm sure the drinks are pretty cheap. So I went back to the bar and I told him I wanted a watermelon daiquiri. So we busted that down and we headed to the beach. It was so beautiful. There was rocks everywhere because of the season, because of the tide, I guess, but I didn't mind it. They're lava rocks, like volcanic rocks, so they're pretty comfortable to lay on and a little bit difficult to walk on, but real comfortable. And then this dog decided to come chill with me. I guess the new president like passed this law where we gotta respect stray dogs and cats and other animals, and you get to really see how they live freely when they're not like being taught to be aggressive. At the end of the day, we went over to Santa Tecla to meet up with one of my homies at Cerveceria Chatos. They call it Chatos, and it was lit here too. This was more of a sports bar type of vibe, but the people were still dancing, still kicking it, and yeah, I had a blast here as well. One thing I will say, Salvadorans definitely know how to have a good time. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.